Okay. 9 o'clock UTC. When is 9 o'clock UTC? When is 9 o'clock UTC? Oh, well, it just shut everything off because it's maintenance. Okay, so let's see here. Like 11 hours from now? No, 5, or like 5 EST? 5 a.m.? Yeah, I don't think we're playing that tonight. Whoa, well, I guess we're just gonna go back and play Highfleet. Fuck it. Melee range Sevastopol? Sevastopol? Yes. Melee range Sevastopol. Yes, yes, good.
Right.
Well, I guess we'll play another game and then I'll get back up later and we'll go gamble. But, as we were, folks. See, this is really fun, but let's have a look-see here. Let's look at the ship works real quick here. If I could actually get my mouse on the fucking screen, thank you, Jesus. Ah! Bright. Okay, so, what we got here? There's the Sevastopol. The huge... Okay, it's okay. There will probably be extended maintenance. Sometime something breaks because everyone's trying to get in and roll. Everyone wants bunny girls. Lost Cod? What are these? Well, that's, different ship here. Right. Wanderer. That's the ship we started with. It's a Nomad, which is the miniature Sevastopol with more missiles. Cormoran. I think that's not the brick. But, well, let's have a look at the Sevastopol and see how she's constructed. Okay, fuel tank. Let's take the fuel tanks out real quick and have a look-see here. Let's see what makes the girl tick. Because I don't really know how anything is, like, how all the bits and bobs here are constructed. So I'd like to know, because if I know, then you further understand how to make a skeleton of a ship. So let's take the old girl apart here and have a look-see. Alright. Okay, so these are just... What is this? Rapid action fire suppression... Oh, they've got the... Oh! Okay, so she's got the fire suppression system built into the structure of the hull. Ingenious. Right, okay. Okay, so basically these are just hull pieces, and then they're hull pieces stacked on other hull pieces. And these big... Okay, so basically she's a big box with armor on her, and then in between the armor, she's got fire suppression systems inside that hull frame. And there's this shit over here. The Saudi prince guy that spent at least $500,000 USD on gems will definitely get them all on day one. That guy's just not playing the game right. That guy's just cheating. But then again, I suppose that's what you do with gambling. You level the casino with all of that money. Right, okay, so... Now we understand that. What is this? This is... ammo. Okay, so ammunition is stored down here as well. And then that's another engine. That's an IRST. The effectiveness of these systems is, questionable. I'm not quite sure if they were working... like, really all that well. Like, I kind of knew I was fucked, but it was nice to have, like, a 2-second warning about it. But that's our, those are our nuclear missile silos. very expensive and very destructive. But so there's 2 of them by the looks of it, or are they just like 4 blocks? Okay, so yeah, that's the main gun. Large hull piece, okay. So that in itself is its own little fucking thing. And then that's all the ammo for that gun, all stacked around it. Huh. You see, this is funny. I could actually... I'm seeing a refit revision here now that I've stripped out all the fuel, but the question is where do we put all the fuel? Because we've got this big open space, we can make this an aircraft hangar. You can actually lengthen this and then make it considerably larger for aircraft. You know, like considerably large space. Maybe double-decker aircraft, or rather multiple-level aircraft flight decks. Because that's just fucking cool. The only problem is we kind of put the entire ship off balance like that. And also, where are we going to put the fuel, Phonto? So we have to build her a different way, or we'd rather have to layer the fuel tanks in a different way. So, Okay, what's this? Okay, large hull. Okay, so these large hull pieces just kind of... They act as shrouds? I'm not quite sure how that works. Like, how that extra piece is on top of that. I'm not quite sure how that works at all. But, okay, that's the alright, that's the crew quarters. Okay, so... Yeah, that's nice. The crew quarters is stuffed in around the ammunition for the main gun and the nuclear missile silos. What a nice ship. Double-decker aircraft carrier. That's ambitious. You could probably fit, like, 2 or 3 decks in here. Problem is, would the aircraft smash into each other on their way out? I don't know, but you'd have to open up one of these sides, which would probably do this side. So, you would have to open this bitch up here, and then you'd have a mouth, basically. Well, at least at the end of the day, we're not getting rid of anything, we're just moving it around. So everything that the ship, everything that Sevastopol has is still on the board here. So we're just kind of shuffling it all around. We'd probably have to figure something out with the fuel, though. So if we were to basically hollow this entire area out and put aircraft hangars in here, we could definitely fit a sizable number of aircraft. The only problem is, would they actually make it to the end of the fucking hangar without slamming into the ship on the way out? She would have to fly very, very still, or never engage in combat. Though, what we could do... I'm just a child pulling, like, disassembling a fucking Lego kit here. So what we need to do is, It's more ammo. It's a wide enough gap, I think. Right, so we'd have to rearrange the internals here. We would have to... Most likely... We have to layer the fuel cells underneath this, and then... Maybe... Yeah, there's a flight deck. Okay, the level at which the flight deck is on is the question, though. So... Nope, don't want to do that, but that kind of helps. Let's move this over here. These fire suppression systems are going to be very differently laid out inside here. They're still definitely going to be needed. So yeah, we could, say, layer it like that. And then stuff fuel cells underneath the deck. Which would be highly fucking dangerous, but, well, this game makes you want to live dangerously. I don't see it working. I think it could work, it's just that the question is, will the aircraft actually launch? That's the big fucking thing. Because now I have to figure out, there's that, and then I have to figure out exactly where I'm going to stuff all the extra, well, all the fuel. Because I have, in fact, removed all of the fuel. Let's get one of these decks complete in here. Yep, damn it, I keep clicking that. Because having a billion fire suppression systems is nice. It's nice that they're intuitively built into the frame like this. Hello, Lieutenant Layton. Thank you for resubscribing, sir. Welcome back to the show. Today we're hollowing out a cruiser and making it a box full of airplanes. You need good fire suppression. We don't want a repeat of the Taiho. Well, yes, we don't want to do that. So we basically probably cram... Like, see how there's, like, nice little neat spaces here for all the fire suppression? We'd probably more efficiently maximize the amount of space by cramming the fire suppression in every fucking gap that we can get it in. So, optimally, we wouldn't lose any. We just have it arranged more tightly compact. Now we get ourselves a fucking massive flight deck. And what we want to do is we want to have it... We need a way to have the flight deck and then not have it, like, impede the... So, hang on here. How are we going to get the second one in here? So just for the sake of experimentation, we'll just put a T7 way the fuck back here. Just to act as a head, you know, a head spacer. So we see exactly how much room we need. Because we can cram it down there, I just don't think I don't think that's safe at all. Because the moment the ship kind of moves around, the thing's gonna, like, hop inside of it, and if it's launched like that, it will die. Because it'll just kind of ricochet around inside the fucking hangar and probably explode. Because, haha, video game physics. So maybe we want to bring that up a bit. And, well, we still have to actually make sure we have enough fucking space on the deck as well. And we're putting this right underneath an engine. Because that's fucking sensible, right, guys? So we could just kind of shift everything up here. Is this going to be structurally sound? Probably not. It'd be nice to know if there was, like, a depth thing. Or, like, a depth mechanic, so I could actually, like, say, tell if this is behind or in front of something. But I don't think we're that detailed. It's all operating on the same 2D plane. So everything's just on the same level, even though it's, technically speaking, not. Okay, so now we're running into the problem of this is too high. Understandable, but we could adjust the mouth of the nose in a sec, so we can actually fit some planes in here. Okay, but for the sake of experimentation, let's put a plane back here and see what happens to it, and then let's put some basic fuel tanks in this. And just kinda... That's pathetic, but... There's a lot of space that we can cram in there. This is kinda just so I can test it real quick for about a split second. This will not function, obviously, but I kinda just want to see what happens when I launch the plane inside. I don't know what's gonna happen there. Ready to die instantly? I am. Holy shit, it works! Holy shit, it works! Holy shit, it actually threads the needle under the fuel tanks. Uh-oh. We kind of exploded there. What if you made a compact, small stealth command ship? You see, that's a way. There's a cheese strat that I know about because I watched some reviews and some information where you can just make a flagship that's a box and throw it into the desert and they'll never find you, so you'll never lose, technically speaking. But that's a cheese strat. But hang on. Let's try that again, just see if it actually continues working. This is obviously not gonna work out because it's incredibly vulnerable, but... Like... Okay, fluke. Oh no. Oh god. Fire in the hangar deck! Fire in the hangar deck! Okay, that was kind of a fluke, it seems as though. Just fucking impacted the fucking fuel cell. Okay, it's really fucking chancy. They get out. Obviously, I won't have the fuel cells there. Okay, so, riddle me this, Batman. Get rid of these fire hazards. So, these didn't impede it at all. So, hang on here. So, let's, for the sake of just... just kind of cramming shit in there. Though it seems like you can't... Oh, you have to... You can't put it in there. Like, this actually gets in the way, but it doesn't impede the ship. It doesn't impede the fighter launching, which is bizarre. So how many fighters could we conceivably fit in here, and what would them fighting look like? So let's get an idea of how many planes we'd want on this deck. How many planes is actually, like, a functional amount of planes? Or, like, a good amount of planes, I should say. Because it seems like 2 T7s and, like, 4 La 29s seems to be what the game deems adequate. Again, don't ask how you're landing this. And apparently, they just kind of glide underneath the flight deck and don't need this space. Which is, again, kind of goofy. Nope. Wrong plane. Oh, now we're out of ammo, too. So now we're running into ammunition issues. So now we need more... We're gonna strip out the entire fucking ship at this point. So maybe I'm just using the Sevastopol as a base. To just understand how... make a big ship. How make a big ship. Oh, it's gotta be on the hull. Okay, right. There's gonna be a... Yeah, this thing's hull is gonna be fucking jammed-packed with everything. So you don't ever want anything kind of causing hull damage. Ever. So then there's the fuel concerns. Which we can just kind of hollow this out and just kind of... Haha, armor plates. I think we want those facing outwards, though I don't know. The other way around. Again, pretty much just for experimentation purposes now. I can only see it as a massive single-deck carrier. That could be done. That could be done quite easily. But of course we need to, if we're gonna do something else, we have to figure out the feng shui of doing that. Because, yeah, we could break the system, but that's stupid. We could cheese the system, but that'd be stupid. What we want to do is create an immaculate-looking ship that functions the way we want it, but also looks nice. We don't really want parts glitching through parts. That is not where I wanted to put that. Actually, that might be the only spot for that. Man, you are all guzzling. You need 38. Well, at least all the strike planes are fucking mounted. So just to put more armor, or more ammo back in the machine. Okay, so let's try this. Landing. Okay. I mean, why not make a nice-looking single-deck carrier that's based on a Seva? I think somebody's already done that, but this is just kind of an interesting way of doing this. I could cram this down, or rather, rearrange it around and make it a little bit more interesting looking. I got a couple of ideas, but this is just kind of bouncing around without breaking too much on the Seva, I guess. I could just make my own, but, oh. I'm killing myself. The emergency scramble orders basically blew up just half of my ship. Well, she doesn't explode violently.
The enemy has been destroyed.
Uh-oh, that's going right for the fuel tank, sir! I don't know where the rest of my planes went. Oh, there's 3 of them.
The enemy has been destroyed. The enemy has been destroyed.
Okay, she's not any less durable than the Seva, really, honestly, now in this configuration. The fuel tank armor is sufficient. She's lost most of her nose. That she can still take a pounding.
The enemy has been destroyed. The enemy has been destroyed.
Okay, so hang on here. I want to see, because I think I'm losing most of my fucking planes. Yeah, that plane has a bit of trouble getting out of there. As does that plane. Oh! The whole fucking upper deck! Yeah, it's a design flaw. The whole upper deck separated from the ship, and then down she went. Ooh, that is a design flaw. So you see a missile just slammed right there and then cut the entire upper deck off. Ooh. Yeah, that's that is a design flaw. Yeah, who cares if half the planes slam in, you know, slam into the hangar trying to get out. We're fine. I guess now I'm observing how strong a carrier is in this situation. Because obviously we could make a better ship here. I'm just kind of seeing how far we can push this. Shots to the upper deck are quite lethal. Okay, so we have about 9, well, less than 9 planes, because they're all getting gutted now. Zap. So it would appear that the planes honestly aren't, well, you're probably having weapons on the planes would help, like actually having ordnance on the planes. But it would appear that just, spamming planes and, you know, trying to go guns on is actually suboptimal. You don't want to actually launch the fighters this close. So having a flight deck would be purely, and then it happened again. It happened again. The deck severed off, but It happened, so it's... They're more of a strategic rather than a tactical weapon, the flight deck. So these are not really to be used offensively, rather, you know, offensively in battle like that. You're basically just, unless they have ordnance. I assume they get better with ordnance, but I can't put any ordnance on these test planes. So, it's kind of annoying, but, oh well. So, Well, I suppose we could start from scratch here and then play around with the design. I kind of know what I'm looking at here in terms of how this stuff is built. We need crew quarters. So, basically what it seems as though, the Sevastopol design is doing, and what it's teaching me, is that it's maximizing space, essentially by cramming all of the necessary, emergency equipment, ammunition, crew quarters, all of this other shit into the hull honeycomb itself. So that's understandable, but I need to see... how are these legs attached? Yeah, honestly, scrap the double deck. You could get this to work, but you would want to do this another way, most likely. Or I could just make a really big fucking flat top. So this would be more of a strategic sort of... it doesn't work in game sort of thing, but you would build this up a different way, and you would then have... Well, what you could do is you could just slant the deck back. You could move this deck. You could extend it that way, and then have like a hump here with all like key, having key internal equipment here, and then maybe build the flight deck or all the important things into. Yeah, I got an idea now. I have an idea now. Okay, good. So you'd have the front flight deck, and then you'd have a wall, and you have another flight deck over here. But in this sort of brick that you have with these two flight decks, you'd cram all the necessary equipment into the ship. So, So what you want to do is probably start with the flight deck, just because that's going to pretty much define the entire ship's layout. Then you kind of just cram shit underneath it, more or less. This is going to be floating here. It'd be nice if I could copy-paste these. Is there a way to copy-paste these? What about a double-ended flight deck carrier? Explain, Tanya. Like, there's a deck on the bow and the stern. I mean... I suppose you could do that. The back of the ship is just kind of like a seaplane launcher. But, Let's see if this comes together in my head, alright. I think someone's already done a ship like this, because I remember seeing a glance of basically a massive fleet carrier that looks like this, or looks like the thing I'm gonna do it. Armor the flight deck, obviously. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put armor underneath the deck. Okay, that's the bridge. So... Is this bridge long enough? I don't know. We're gonna have to actually test. So we're gonna have to, more or less just gonna have to, like, somewhat assemble her, and then see how like deck length affects landing practicality, because that's the only logical limit. Where are we gonna land the bitch? Okay, so that's somewhere around the length of a Sevastopol, I think. Maybe slightly longer. So she isn't very big. Well, at least now. Okay, so we're just gonna leave it like that and extend that, or we'll just have that there. Well, we'll extend, you know, up here. So let's see here. We'd want hull pieces. Enough space for armor, but we'd need hull. What is this? Large hull. Not like that. Oh, Jesus. What have I done? Hmm. What if I connected to the ship by way of the bridge? That stop everything from bitching? Yes, it does. Okay. This is gonna be weird, though. Now, the center of the ship is misaligned with the camera. Okay, so... Okay, so... What you'd want to do... So you probably... Well, we're gonna need space for this, I guess. But you want to armor this. I suppose what you'd want to do is you want to have an armor... You want to have armor plates here. You would also have armor underneath the... Yeah, underneath the flight deck. And around the ship as well. See landing issues already. Probably. So you'd probably armor the flight deck like this. Okay, then, oh, you'd have to put together a basic hull for this as well, so I can't really skimp on anything. See, then you'd want the actual hull behind this, and, well, maybe the bridge a bit deeper into this, but just to put it on there, just for the sake of putting it on there. Okay, where is the... It's gonna get kind of annoying, but, alright, well, I'll figure something out. So what you do is you'd have enough space here. So you'd have the front and the back of the ship have a bit of a, sort of a lip. And you'd start stacking the... You put armor on... I suppose you put armor on top of the deck, too. Well, underneath the deck. You'd sort of stack this backwards. I'd like the camera to go back there, though, but the game doesn't like that. The game... That causes the game to bitch something fierce, because I want to look at it, but there we go, okay. This is gonna have problems with just this being on screen. So you would build this back, basically about as far as you'd want it to go, or would seem sensible, because you're going to have to balance the ship out. So you're going to have to find the center of mass of the ship around here somewhere. And you'd be about here, I suppose, just for the sake of experimentation. And then you'd have to, like, angle the hull sort of like a V here and then flat. And then you have a little bit of overhang here just for, I guess, protective purposes. So this is a little lip. Like the flight deck can kind of absorb some shots coming down. And then you'd probably cram your radar equipment over here and then some of it over here as well. So there's a boat. There's a rough sort of frying pan shaped, boat bottom, design coming, coming together here, I think. At least in my head. What you'd want you can't attach like that. Okay, I guess you'd have. Oh, I know what you'd have to do. Well, you wouldn't want that to be a hull piece then. I absolutely don't see that working. I do. I have faith. Okay, so let's see here. You'd want the reinforced hull. Because it's going to be basically under fire. So, a box. You probably put armor on top of this as well. Alright, you'd have to build that down, and then you'd cram the fuel also in this armored space. Well, you'd have to go back, too. I think. Right? Something like that. Right? Yeah, alright. And you'd have to jam a leg out here. Or somewhere around it. Module's not connected to the ship. It is? Well, I'm gonna have to do that. Plus, you would be heavily unstable at one side. I'd probably kind of, you'd play around with the engine placement here, and then maybe, pull a little bit more back there. You could get this to work. Okay, yeah, you'd have to put that down there. Or, yeah, about there. Leg. No. Also, no. Honestly, remove the front deck completely. It would be more compact, but not what I'm looking for. No. So yeah, managing this internal sort of honeycomb is going to be the interesting bit here. Because then it comes down to which one is the most efficient way to build it out. Which is the most efficient thing to build it out of. Since, yeah, that's about the size of, fuel tank. So you probably want armor underneath that. So you'd probably armor the internals of this. But then again, you'd at least armor up. Right, that would be... Yeah. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter. It's kind of for looks in either direction. So you'd armor this. This has to be connected to the hull in order to get some kind of, any kind of fuel flow out, I guess. So there's that. That's effectively armored. So you put some armor on the front of this as well. What do you know? Well, I can't put it on that. Shit. Would I have to? No. Odd. Okay, so how the fuck do you armor that? Ha! Well, there's that. There's that way of doing it. I suppose it's going to be squared off then, because I can't really... Because I figured it was going to let me connect these sort of at an angle, but I guess it won't. Or I suppose we can just kind of mix those. Then you just kind of have it... armored like that, and then you just put more boxes here. Or reinforced hull bits over there. And just kind of slowly layer it back. Which is not at all how I intended this to look, but it functions. In terms of, like, the outside of it being armored and protected. That, unfortunately, isn't going to work, so we're going to have to do this more squarish. That's kind of, in a weird way, what I was going for, but also not quite as well. Okay, so there's that. That's, well, kind of a basic structure. So then we need to build all this shit back. Is there a way for me to just go, like, say, hold... Yes, there we go. Because we need to connect this all the way back over here so the game kind of knows, hey, these are connected to the bridge. So again, just for the sake of experimentation, these are probably going to be played with. I'm probably going to build them out of something else, because I don't think you can fit the fire extinguishing equipment in these. Unless there's a bigger size. That is an awkward shape if I ever saw one. That's a strange one, Mr. Krabs. How did we come up with this? Oh, you know what it is? Well, you would think that wouldn't be that big of a problem, though. That's gonna have to be fixed, though. This module's not connected to the ship. It is, though. It's connected by way of the fuel tank. Or this is gonna have to be made bigger. How are these... How's those connected to the... What? How are those connected? Those not connected to the ship, but these are. The ones above it are. Huh? Oh. Okay, bit of a bug there. No electricity. Understandable. So yeah, you would have the fuel basically running right along underneath all of the deck. So this whole thing would probably just be fuel. And then you'd have more key components over here. Ah, well, there's plenty of space for fucking generators. Not that we go forward with any of this shit. So where's the leg parts? Do they just get automatically added? Hmm. So how do the legs actually function as parts? Hmm. Thrust 12, 21, 45. Yeah, RD-51s are definitely the main engines. Module's not connected to ship. Well, where do I... How do I... Hmm. Perhaps like this? Ah, yes. Okay, so those are cowling. Okay. Again, I'm just kind of I'm just kind of slapping this together just for a proof of concept, more or less, at this point. So, yeah, if it looks like it's completely retarded, it is. Especially this fucking weird half gap we've got here. I gotta fix that. Lost it. Whoops. Alright, and then you'd have another large hull down here. Your rear engines, and again, we'd play with the which ones these are and their placement. So I'm just putting them on there because they're engines. And, let me need legs. Which I certainly hope magically start functioning. Again, I have no idea how these are actually going to function when they start, so, So let's test landing.
Fire reverse thrusters.
Okay, the legs have no legs. And we also have no articulated thrusters, so...
Final approach.
Oh no. The L. We have no, attempts... We have no thrusters that can actually adjust attitude.
Meters.
Actually, we can slightly. We can slightly control the pitch.
300 meters.
She's got a bit of a leaning problem, as you'd imagine. I mean, she's down. Barely. I mean, she could do it. She kind of blows, she kind of blows the joints out of the legs. But she can do it. Okay, so how the fuck do you actually get, like, articulated feet out of this? Maneuvering thrust, huh? Okay, that's good. We need a couple of these, obviously. Make her a single deck. No, I've got a plan. Well, no, I needed the fuck. Cram that in there. And then cram that in there. And now, hey, we've got some ability to adjust the attitude of our approach. I really have no idea how to make the landing legs more robust, but they work.
Fire reverse thrusters.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of left and right. And up and down. Hey, they gave me a flatter landing pad.
Beginning final approach. .500 meters.
Okay, so as long as we just kind of... No, we got this. Okay, so as long as I just kind of plant both, well, all three legs on these upper platforms, we're gold. I don't know how she's gonna handle touching down, though.
100 meters. Throwing it ready.
But,
Touchdown confirmed. Structural damage. Structural damage received.
She falls apart under her own fucking weight, but hey, she lands! What a surprise, something that isn't structurally sound falls apart the moment it has to support itself. But that lands! You can get that to work! Needs leg day, methinks. How do you make the actual, like, articulated feet parts? Is this what... Oh, wait a second. Like, do you have to... Ah! Well, can you flip? There we go. That's how you fucking do it. Okay. That's what that is. Okay, well, we need way fucking stronger legs for this shit. Okay, so... Those count as legs? Or do we need... Is only the last one actually counted as a foot part? Let's find out. These definitely can't fucking support the weight of this fucking monstrosity. Yeah, that's why I support single deck vessel, because of that landing. I mean, yes, but we can get this to work like that. That landing is functional. We just have to make sure, you know, basically I just have to make sure she won't fall the fuck apart under her own weight. Which is just a matter of structural integrity. You just fill the fucking ship with more things and she'll be less likely to fall apart on you like that. Okay, so how far... Okay, so these legs are kind of basically... Yeah, they're about the same size. About the same length. Good enough for government work. Okay, so what we'd want to do is we'd want to actually have more reinforced hull actually touching the deck. This is... How did we fuck this up? I'm gonna have to actually take that whole shit apart and actually fix it. But as a concept, she works just fine. She just... We need to fix the math here on these, you know, weirdly placed things. I don't quite know what's going on there. Just kind of... It's gonna slap an armor piece just for fucking the structural stability.
Fire reverse thrusters. Beginning final approach.
She's actually pretty controllable just on, well, one, articulated thruster.
500 meters.
3 of these engines is more than enough to keep her actually afloat. And oh god, this engine. Okay, so this is gonna be a weird one.
300 meters.
Make the upper deck closer to the bottom? I suppose so. That entire thing is gonna have to be reanalyzed. But, what the fuck is this even supposed to be? A carrier once I actually figure out the dynamics of it.
100 meters. Throwing it ready. Touchdown confirmed.
Okay.
Landing complete.
Hey, that works! It's a little rough looking, but that works! Hey, she didn't fucking implode! Need to see about those leg joints, though. I think they maybe need a little bit more articulation. So it seems like, honestly, I don't want to make this any... Oh, fuck, what is this landing site? So yeah, definitely landing is going to be an ordeal for this vessel. Because she's going to have to, like... Yeah, I think this is about as big as I'd actually ever want to make her. So, hats off of that one. We found the largest size, practical for this design. Because it's basically the landing pads that are going to be your biggest fucking nightmare. I gotta back up here, and I can basically... Yeah, no, okay, I got it. This 20, that standing platform, and that one back there. See, this is what's gonna cause you the most grief, actually landing the fucking thing. I think we can get this close enough for government work.
Touchdown confirmed.
Oh, fuck.
Structural damage received.
Oh, no. The legs immediately burst.
Structural damage received.
Oh, no. Ah! Yeah, mostly. Okay, so how do we... Okay, so what's the deal here? How do we... This is gonna turn into a design, a class on basically just fucking landing gear design. That'll definitely probably not fucking implode the moment it hits the ground. That thing went to leg day. That single leg worked out while everyone else was lazing around, I guess. My fleet carrier design with its fucking tarantula legs. Okay. Yeah, okay, you see, we got another version of this too. And as goofy as this looks, it kind of actually works, even though it looks like we're landing on horrifying tentacles. But yeah, I'm starting to see a pattern here with these landing platforms, that this is probably the largest you'd probably ever want to make this. And even then, she's still gonna give you fucking problems, like right now.
300 meters.
Ah, You know what? Let's not do that.
Touchdown confirmed.
Go, Jesus fucking Christ, she's barely able to keep herself aloft. Alright, we're just gonna have to put the fucking ass end of the ship up in the air and hope she stays. Let's put most of the weight back here.
100 meters. Throwing it. Ready? Structural damage
Nope,
received.
nope. Gear leg burst!
Structural damage received.
Gear leg collapse! Okay, so how does that work? Okay, hang on here. I'm gonna have to take this shit apart. Okay, we're gonna save that. Just for the sake of it. Okay, so, Sevastopol. How do your legs work? Ah, okay, right. Okay, so they're... That part, that part, that part, and that part. Okay, so it's actually kind of horizontal. Okay. So we're doing this strictly vertical, which might be our downfall. But if we adjusted this a tad, and perhaps relocated the engines a bit further into the design. Hmm. Okay. We may have some engine striking problems, though. So we might have some nacelle strikes to worry about. So I might want to move this in here a little bit tighter. Get that out of there. The problem is then we've created another problem. I'm sure that's structurally sound. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a talk about where the fuck that engine is. No, this has to be lower. What do you mean none of you are connected to the ship? Yes, you are, you dumb fucks. Oh, for the love of fucking Christ. Yeah, even the game doesn't know what the fuck I'm doing. And it wants me to stop, clearly. that in there a little more. It must be with the initial placement of the deck that caused it. Ah, yeah, that's what it is. Oh, that's what it is. It's the space between the deck and the armor plate. That's what's fucking me up. Because I'm expecting armor plates to be there, and there's a one tile gap there. That's what fucked up the feng shui of this. I understand now. Can I armor that a little better? Tanya, you keep saying that.
Fire reverse thrusters. Beginning final approach.
I could probably fit a fourth leg under there.
300 meters.
The video game says that's good. I'm trying to purge the horrid design and make the ship not suicide herself under her own weight. She's getting there. She's not that bad. We have to do some arrangements to make this look a little better here, but I got to, like, this is basically just so I can get the shape right and then also have the landing gear function. Because I don't know what the fuck actually makes functioning landing gear, and what do you know? I think we figured it out. So, I think we've actually got functioning landing gear on this hull. Though it's kind of weird. So, if I were to put her like that, would they function better? I don't really know. Flat foot design. Put some toes on those. So that's not gonna work at all. Ah, there we go. Toes for extra grip. But, let's see, we'd have to edit this around, but I think I can cram another leg under here, and it'd probably work out. Yep. I don't know how that's going to function under there, so we're going to test that now. I'm going to have to reorganize this to function underneath the whole really stupid thing that I did, which is put the armor plate underneath it and not account for the space. So yeah, we'll just fucking extend this all the way over there and then move everything out of the way so that it's all kind of in line. Yeah, that's the thing. See, there's supposed to be an armor piece up there, which is why that's not functioning properly. Or rather, it's not in line with everything else. about right, yeah. Probably. There we go. Yeah, it's about as high as we want it. What we want to do... Then you have the armor plate there to actually provide the gap that's causing the fucking issue here that makes everything so fucking weird. And then extend the flight deck even further. Just to make everything match up. And then back here we'd have a shelf with, like, IRSTs and radars, post. And the whole structural integrity thing would probably help if I actually filled this area with stuff. Not entirely, because I'm going to be tearing it apart, but... How long have I been? I've been here for nearly an hour and a half just fucking with the editor. Yeah, this is a good game. $20 right now until May 9th. Go buy this.
Fire reverse thrusters.
That looks a little weird for the center gear.
Beginning final approach.
This is gonna be another weird-ass one. Rotate. Rotate! Rotate, because the fucking center of gravity's back there! Uh-oh. Yup. Yup.
Structural damage received. Structural damage received.
More thrust! We need more thrust. It says 1.1. No, need more thrust. We need way more thrust. Also, we need more jet. We need more power, apparently. Right. Well, I can't move that. So the articulated thruster is going to have to be further forward, or we can just kind of shift this around. Shift that forward a bit. That's a weird looking power pack, but it'll go. And then I suppose, give her another center line tank there, and then, yep, this is the problem that we're seeing over here. This is causing a weird disturbance. Okay, so that should be enough thrust to basically keep her aloft now. 1.5 thrust. Ooh. Ooh.
Fire reverse thrusters.
And now we've got a second articulated thruster like we really should have had in the background. What's going on with the rear? Hang on. What did I do? I deleted the whole fucking thing is what I did by accident. Duh!
High reverse thrusters. Beginning final approach.
So blessedly a mostly flat runway. Yeah, so what I'm seeing is we shouldn't really be building out any further than this in terms of horizontals. We want to be vertical.
300 meters.
Alright, she's definitely got enough power to keep herself aloft now, so that's good.
Touchdown confirmed.
That's not where I wanted to land.
Success. Thanks for your hard work.
Okay. Can I still hold W and take off again? No, but okay. Alright, see, so the L shape is to get more, obviously, more carrier out of this. But yeah, you could just make her one big stupid straight line, but I'd also kind of want to have some kind of a, some kind of a sail on this thing, even though you can't really have that because the planes will slam into that. So, we've got something here. We could build out vertically now and then start adding fuel cells to this and just make her a little bit more rigid. She's not going to be pretty looking, I suppose, for her first iterations. But I can definitely get her to something functional. Add anti-air, anti-missile stuff. There'll be time enough for that, and I probably actually might have an island out here. Like it'll hang off the front of the ship with whatchamacallit, like one of these. Right there, a smaller one. Like that. And then just like slap a fire control system. Well, actually, probably not that big. Okay, then let's see here. Fire control system. IRST. Yeah, IRST is about that size, right? See, she has to actually be plugged into electricity, though, unfortunately. So she has to have a way into the actual. Gotta get her into the ship. Okay, she's gotta be like that, huh? Okay. We're gonna have to redesign the bow here a little bit. Can I get her in there like that? Yep. Look at that. Unfortunately, there's a square shot right to the fucking engine, though, and also you probably don't want an IRST literally right next to one of the largest fucking heat sources on your ship. So, problem. So you're gonna have to cram some stuff in there. Is that? Can we get an armor, some kind of armor plate on that? Hmm. Can you get that in there? No. Can we get a single armor plate in there? No. So that's kind of exposed. So maybe we want to put the engine in a different spot there, or move it around a little bit. But you'd have certain situations like that. You'd have like stuff like that hanging off the front of the ship, and then you'd have it also basically back here at the L, and then at the rear. This is where you'd stuff everything. The problem is you actually have to have a connection to the hull in order to do this. So you can't really have, very important things just kind of chilling out there. You gotta worry about point defense guns as well, but I suppose this is where, again, you'd have a couple of things on the side of this ship. So, Crew quarters, there's gonna be plenty of room for that. Let's see, crew, 100 and... Well, we don't have the gun, we don't really have anything for that. 60, apparently that's way too many for what we have right now, so we don't actually need any crew in this. Only a crew of 60 does this job. And you probably have another IRST up here, and it's filling a similar capacity to that other one. Okay, then you'd have an ELENT, huh? Radar. Oh, we gotta figure out a clever way of putting this somewhere, so that somebody doesn't slam into it. They'll probably hang it off the deck here. Well, you could always make a separate radar ship. That's true. I could also have something else escorting this, and this could basically just be for the entire purpose of escorting aircraft. Or just, carrying aircraft. Sure, it has its own passive sensors, but it would rely on something else for more specialized support. Like, it'd probably be able to carry the ELENT pods with no problems at all. Just kind of here under the overhang. Again, for the amusement. So how many planes can we cram on this fucking deck? And we might be able to cram... Nope, okay, that's it. It's got an odd number deck here. Well, though... I could just add another fucking... I'd have to move all of the other ships. I'd have to move all of them forward, though. Fuck. How extremely tedious. Well, not on the Mochkin. There we go. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 T7s on the front deck. Then, you know, the top deck would carry another armament. And this would be a lot of shit for strategic ops. Though again, you could probably make a simpler ship that's just basically a flying platform. But that's not quite what I'm looking for. So, just getting the aircraft component of it is one thing. That's interesting. There's a little... you can have a little underhang here that can actually absorb some extra shots. Armor on top of armor, haha. And that would make the Elant not fucking function, unless you're gonna try and say the Elant's on the like the IRSTs on the on the side of it, which would be very interesting. A fire control radar. You'd also probably want one of them. Cute looking, isn't it? Then you'd have to figure out a way of actually getting armaments onto this thing. Oh, you can have those on the deck. I'm not sure what those do. They kind of just look like they're there just for the sake of being there. There's that. Kind of have another one there. And then stick a... Again, now I'm just doing it by looks now. That slapped on the side of that. Let's have another IRST back here as well. And then, I guess the same thing with the sensor pod. It wouldn't be as big, but they're kind of like a nice pairing. So that's good coverage for front under the ship, and then above the ship, and then for the rear arc of the ship. Do planes use fuel that your ships use, or do they get magic fuel? No, they actually use your fuel reserve. So this thing's actually got to be kind of a fuel bladder. So we need extra fuel and ammo to service all of these aircraft, which we can do by just kind of building vertically a bit. This is not going to be enough fuel. We're definitely going to want more. But again, just kind of getting all these things on here and seeing how they all function. The radar mast is the weird thing. But then, we really don't want to be using radar all that much either, anyway. That's the odd bit about it. You don't really want to be using, well, you don't want that. You don't want to be using radar all that much. Or at all. Okay, fire control system. There's a blind spot, but we've got another one underneath the deck, so that's fine. Okay, E-lint. This can basically see whatever it wants. We have another E-lint pod underneath all this. Got the smaller E-lint pod up here, I guess. Kind of just cram that out there. Not going to get in the way of that thing's blind spot up here. Cram that up there, and then you've got pretty good sight lines there that we could probably... you could probably extend that all the way out there, and oh god. I moved the whole ship. Probably just get the big one in there. Maybe have that lower over the deck. You'd have to bring down this whole arrangement as well. Try to be neat about it. Okay, that's kind of a blind spot, but again, it doesn't really have to do very much. See if we can fit a plate it. No. Okay. Okay, maybe we wanna... Yeah, we wanna... Not that, but bring that whole shit down. I'm gonna bring this down a step. Okay. Not sure where that armor plate was going, but okay.
High reverse thrusters. Beginning final approach.
What are you gonna name this sky carrier? I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how we feel if when it's actually completed. But she's mostly functioning now. Yeah, obviously we've got to fill out the, the whole internals of the thing, and then, expand the fuel tanks, add the crew quarters, fire suppression equipment, things like that. And that's gonna force us to kind of change the interior of it, but I think we've got something functional now.
Touchdown confirmed. That's the landing. Good work, everyone.
Pay no mind to the part of the, to the part of the landing pad that's currently bursting into flames. That ain't us. We got nothing to do with that. And it doesn't look like this is harshing the articulation of the joint. So that doesn't look like it's causing any issues. But that does land. And she's got working sensors. Armor's kind of an issue, but we're getting to that. Though this is the kind of thing I wouldn't be flying directly into the, you know, harm's way. That would be a dumb idea. Put some armor plates behind that. Just imagine that there's kind of like a bowl behind there so the whole thing can rotate. Can't fit that in there? No? Not really, no. Well, I could do that. So she's got an armored flight deck, and then for the most part, the fuel tanks are going to be armored. I just hate this design violently with a passion. Well, at least I elicit reactions. That's just an angry child ranting about this pointless shit. Well, now we gotta see how she functions, and then she doesn't have any weapon systems on her yet. So I'm gonna have to stretch and, you know, kind of fuck around with the design in order to get that to work. I think we all have issues with this thing. It's such a wonderful vote of confidence. Such wonderful votes of confidence in the Phontomen ship designing bureau. So this is what the fuck happened here moment. Not quite sure what happened inside there, but Well, she's probably gonna collapse in on herself the moment she gets hit, but it's like watching Pentagon Wars. I've sufficiently armored our one and only fuel tank. Let's send her into battle with you know, this, what the hell happened to the rest of the ship? Does it only... Okay, it's cut off. It's so big it doesn't fit on the screen! Launch the fighters! Launch the fighters. Launch the fighters. Oh, I don't have any ammo for them. Whoops. Right, they don't have any fuel or ammo. And she also doesn't have enough power. And we need the ammo. Quarters. Is the crew still oversupplied? See, where's the crew? Crew 100 and... Oh, 31%. Okay, now we actually need some crew members. How about that? 45%. She's actually because I added all of the observation equipment, she needs people in her now. Probably want to have these more laid out. Okay, so power. She's still short on power. Ammo. Now the ammo. Which we have plenty of space for that underneath the flight deck. Hey, at least the flight deck is armored. Have 2, need 18. Oh boy. You quite easily make a glorious Slavic carrier, but everyone's probably already done that, though. That's the thing. Okay, 18. She needs more power. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, it's this one, right? So that's the 61. Got it. Huh? What do you mean it's not connected to the fucking ship? It's right there. What? Now she needs more crew. What's going on here? That's weird. Okay, that's a generator. I don't need another generator. I need more crew. Evac pods, none. Okay, so now she has a mighty crew of 500. She kind of looks like a giant G11 now. It's kind of... 500 people on this carrier. Go get him, boys! I literally do not have any other weapons. Hopefully the armored flight deck holds together. Hey, they got one. Oh god, that's probably gonna land on me.
Engine overheating.
Oof. He's right in a place where I don't want him to be. Oh, that's the ammo storage.
Engine overheating.
Yep, there goes the ammo rack. Obviously, that would be better armor, but at least the flight deck is holding up fine. I say with a giant hole inside this flight on the upper flight deck. I don't think that actually that part doesn't have armor. Stop poking holes in my sensors, you cucks. But also, yeah, she's... The fighters really aren't helping her. So this is rather awkward.
The enemy has been destroyed.
Alright, well, we're killing things. But the problem is those fighters are... Yeah, she's gonna need some kind of point defense weapon. As that was obvious, but she's gonna need some kind of point defense guns. But she's actually holding up a lot better than I thought she was going to. I thought she was gonna fucking crumple immediately, but no, she's... actually holding up quite well. Got those fuckers shooting for the ammunition racks. I'm going to land on you, bitch. I've been practicing my Ah! I crashed him. I crashed into the ground, but I forced him to crash. I buried him. Right, hang on here. So it's really coming down to just the the amount of ships that I have. So. It looks plenty impressive. The only problem is we don't have any other defensive measures. And also the landing gear gets shot off really quickly. Okay, he's on fire, so good. Yeah, the armored flight deck can... that takes a beating. But it seems as though you see the amount of fucking losses that I'm taking. Like, the fighters themselves are just absolutely... They're not doing much because they don't have any ordnance, and they're being shredded apart. I have to replace these. So I actually have to manage the number of, fighters that I actually have on board the ship, and if I start losing them like this, it's gonna be a fucking mess. Also, we appear to be ablaze. Not enough thrust. But she survives. You still want 2 air decks? Yes. Probably just now, but it really is down to just, oh, that takes a spot. Well, I gotta fix that. Now, the thing is that this is more of a strategic assistance rather than a tactical one. I.e., it's better to have as an asset rather than to be shooting people with it, because launching the planes is probably not a good idea in the middle of those fights. You definitely don't want to melee range this. You want to use this as a projection of the firepower that the planes are, the planes as a projection device of their ordnance. Like an actual fucking aircraft carrier. An aircraft carrier doesn't have guns. Its power projection is the aircraft it has on the damn thing. It's made just to carry the aircraft around. And, wow, it's almost like that's exactly what this thing would be. So nice as this is, I wanted something to look nice, but I would not want to send this into combat. Or at least would not want to actually, put the fighters at risk by doing that, because... yeah, that puts you in a really odd spot. Because you will take losses, and it will be awful. But now I know at least the reinforced hull actually takes quite the beating. And these aren't even armored. And yeah, this doesn't have any armor either. I'm taking hits in these, so I need more power. Keep forgetting which fucking generator. And now we need more crew. Close support, close-in weapon system, multi-purpose weapon system. So what you want to do is oh, you can put them in here too. Haha, point defense guns. Oh, good lord, you can put these anywhere. Bonuses of the design. There's a lot of fucking space in there. So these are kind of just for point defense. Just kind of shushing anti-ship missiles away from me. Yep. So surprise, this entire block at the center of the ship is basically just going to be the crew compartment. I kind of expected that. It's kind of what it was really designed for. Okay, so now we have some guns. So let's see how this works out. They're only 37s, but I've got more planes, too. Okay, so... That does look terrifying, though. Light him up with the Sea Whiz. Holy shit! Oh, God! Caught the ammo rack on that one. Oh, now this is awkward. Well, clearly now we need guns underneath like at the center underneath the ship, because this... Hey, fucko. You wanna get away from my boat? Ooh! I'm trying not to hit my own ships. Okay, now that's starting to be a fearsome number of ships, ain't it? That's a lot of fighters going around. I don't want to coat the fucking sky with bullets, though.
The enemy has been destroyed.
Okay, he's dead.
The enemy has been destroyed.
Ooh! Ow! Ow! So, she can take quite the beating. And they're also hitting the exact area where all the fucking ammo is, and we're kind of okay. I've lost my fucking engine. I've lost my landing gear, though. Uh-oh. That's an awkward blind spot. I think I lost my front guns. Yep, lost my front guns. Also, I've lost the front engines. Oh no! Oh no, I've lost the center mounted engines too! Gah! Gah! Black guy went up like popcorn too, so hang on here. Let's try that again here, but I think we're doing good. Also, Jesus fucking Christ, the exponentially larger number of enemies. That is satisfying, though. As is that. Don't smash into the ground! That's a bomb. Bomb! 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 Uh-oh. My aircraft just collided with me. No shit, the aircraft just slammed into the bottom of my ship. Life pods. What do I look like, Mother Teresa? I'm still alive after that. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. She's a listin'. She's a listin' and a burnin'. Oh no. That. Oh no. Oh no, she's a listin' and a burnin' and going down. Okay, so now we're getting into one of, some of the critical design flaws, which are, yeah, the entire bottom of the ship is only held together by a one-block line of things. And it's also completely unarmored. So yeah, now it looks as though, yeah, knife fighting is best done with just ship weaponry, and the aircraft are terrible at this. From what everything that I can tell about this, yeah, having a big gun ship with missiles is probably way better than actually having an aircraft carrier. At least, the aircraft carrier will help you out on the map, but as for, well, as for combat, you want something like if you want a big ship, you want the Sevastopol. But well, at least you'll never put this flagship needlessly in danger, because it'd be very bad in danger. And clip all Sea Whiz. That is also something we can do as well. Multiple rocket launcher systems. Okay, let's see. We could throw some 57s in there, too. You spice things up a bit. I can't shoot over the fuel fucking tanks, but, let's see here. We want some 57s. And then we have to put more fucking ammo in the boat. Which, as you could imagine, this is just going to, like, this entire lower section is just going to be fuel and ammo. Power, once again low on power, and crew, because we need gunners. Just fucking, also let's just say, help us out here a bit. Armor this whole shit up. See, she's starting to come together in little bits and pieces here. She definitely needs help in all regards all around the ship, but there's feng shui starting to happen here. Arbitration station. Well, hello, sir, in Party 4. I'm going against all of my viewers' wishes here by slapping. I made an L, basically. I made an L. It's now 3 a.m. and I'm playing haha funny ship game. Funny seizure ship game. I'm taking the big up. Everyone hates my aircraft carrier design, but I think she's beautiful and she's coming together. She's just really, really early in the planning stages. And also I'm finding now that, yeah, aircrafts are kind of not that great at defending a ship in actual fleet combat. Boy, are they useful when you're actually on the map, though. See, armor parts. Okay, so now that we have 57s and 37s for the sake of just point defense. I probably should have lowered that difficulty, but you know what, fuck it, whatever. Do it live. That is a lot of fucking... That expands based on the number of people on the ship, isn't it? That's how it works, isn't it? But alright, so, get those fucking planes moving, boys! She's functioning! I'm trying not to hit my own fucking planes with my Sea Whiz fire. And the recoil is forcing me down. She definitely needs more engines.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Alright, good. Need some 57 mixed in with some 37 fire, and we've got pretty good point defense. Shush up with your fucking anti-ship missiles.
Target destroyed.
I hear a missile. There it is.
Kill confirmed.
Hey! Boy, you're a tough one! Fuck! Those do not... Yeah, the whatchamacallit, the Sea Whiz turrets aren't converging. That's really awkward. So I gotta have to spray them around in order to get them to work. Or they converge on a single target, looks like. Unfortunately, I've blown off my landing gear by the looks of it, or maybe it's not actually up. So far, they put a hole in the flight deck, but that was, again, the unarmored parts. Here, hear me out. Hide more fuel in the gaps under the flight deck. I was planning to do so. Like the really open areas on the ship will be filled with things like fuel and fire suppression equipment and anything else I can cram in there.
The enemy has been destroyed.
So the front, you know, the entire nose of the ship is probably going to be filled with just fuel. No, please don't. Why does the AI do that? The AI planes just slammed into the bottom of the fucking carrier. Why? Uh-oh. Oh no. No. We've lost the bow thruster. Oh no, we're going in. Oh no, nose first. Oh.
Structural damage received. Abandoned ship.
Oof. Make it a bit longer with more aircraft. You see, here's my problem with that. Okay, oh, we're low on power, too. Shit, I didn't even notice that. Hang on here, let me slap a couple more fucking generators, which means we're probably gonna need more fucking crew. So, we're gonna... Yeah, we're just gonna... Let's power... Oh, Jesus fucking Christ almighty. Power, how many... Yep, now we're short of crew. How many crew are we up to? 900 men. Add some extra, because I know we're going to overrun it. 1,000 men. You were literally up to actually a crew of the of an aircraft carrier. We're crossing into literally actually the size of an aircraft carrier. Maybe add some more engines. There's lots of space on the bottom of that. You see, this is the thing. I'm actually thinking about moving the bottom of this ship down a bit, so you'd have like another block of space here, so you'd stick another like fuel cell, maybe a little bit more as well. So this is just kind of like I put this together just so I have something to test in terms of like figuring out structural integrity and, you know, trying to see if I can get the balance right, which is now all working. So I'm just kind of situationally slapping shit on top of shit. But this will all be put together in a little bit more of a sensible manner very soon. But she has the basic sensors. The only problem is she doesn't have radar, but frankly, she doesn't need it. It would be helpful, but she doesn't really need it. Though what I could do is just have the radar up here. I mean, I could get rid of this. I get rid of that. Slap some defensive systems on that shit, too. Slap that shit out there, and... It is connected to the ship, you fuck. Well, I need to get some more range on that, I guess. It's kinda... Make the flight deck all one, which someone has been professing that I do, non-stop. That is... Well, you're only getting radar coverage front of the ship. The only problem is I'd love to have it up here and have an actual mast, but then the aircraft would run into it repeatedly. I kind of like having just like a stepped up ladder of stuff on the front of the ship, though. This is kind of nice. I kind of want to repeat the same aesthetic on the back of the ship and then underneath the lip of the flight deck. So there's something... There's a bit of feng shui coming together out of this. So, as we've seen, the engines kind of, they get their shit shot off a lot, which is kind of a problem. Also, now that I have the radar on there, I need more power. This is going to have to be rearranged into basically just a generator section. It'd be nice if I could actually determine what the interceptors have so I can see them more in action, though. It's artillery shelling, that's... Oh, this is... Oh! Okay, that actually intercepts bullets. Maybe... Again with this whole deck thing. Hey! What would happen if I put a flare launcher right in front of the fucking IRST? I'm sure that won't cause any long-term issues. That's blocked. But hey, we have some countermeasures now. Haha. It just starts spraying flares over the flight deck. That'll be a great time. Real great time. That function? No. That's gonna slap right on... Yeah, just have them get away from the mast of the ship, right? Get them away from the bridge. That's the objective, right? Right, we're definitely gonna need more engines in this whole fucking mess here, but definitely, we've got a front cluster here, a front defensive cluster. So we're gonna have to... We're probably gonna move this over, and then have the engine... Like, stack another engine here. But, move this over, put another R-59 here, I think. But shift all this shit back, because it's all in one place. Or just extend the front of the hull like I was going to. And add another fuel bladder. Make it an aircraft carrier with just C-rams on it. That would actually probably be a sensible idea. More sensible than half the shit I'm thinking of. Range 700. Low we're heavy now. And we're gonna be probably kind of front heavy. What we want to do is we'd have everything down here now, and also move this engine down here as well. And then we have even more space to fill up with, you know, bullshit in here. Oh, Christ. Are we missing an armor plate here? I could... Looks like I've got to move down another step. Well, that's already armored. What am I doing? That's a bit more fuel, but definitely we want to put in another engine up here. We'd have to get rid of this, too. Head in there perfectly fine. Good. Yeah, anti-melt skids, I suppose. No, that doesn't look right. I'm gonna have to get shorter armor plates for that, I guess. It's a little bit more thrust over there. We are still critically low on thrust, so we're going to need more engines. By 1. Alright. I think I see what you mean here. Ah, right. So then we can just kind of plop that in there, and that's all nice and armored. Okay, so... now it seems like this is going to be our main booster bank. Under what is effectively the center mass of the ship, though odd as it may be. That don't look right. Oh, right, because there's no armor there. Right, gotta fix that. No, let's fix that now. Oh, it's gonna fuck with everything. But oh well. I suppose I'll fill that with 1x1 blocks. R51, and then an R51. For additional thrust. It's still at low thrust. God help us. I said 1-to-1 thrust ratio before. It was actually functioning. This is where I suspect everything's going to start to go to hell. 65 meg. Okay, what is it? That's a 51, right? Right. I'm not fucking. Yeah, you're right. I thought I was picking an underpowered engine for a second there. Just good to double check. What weaponry we have is, still rather basic. It's just point defense 57s and 37s, and now we don't have enough energy. Or rather, we do, but, what do you mean? What the f... What is this now? You do have a connection right to the hull, though, you stupid fucks. I think this is the game just wigging out on me. There we go. I wasn't being that big of a bitch before, but fine. Some safety space between the fuel bladder anyway. And hey, we're at 1.0. We are barely 1-to-1 in thrust ratio. We are barely flyable. God damn it. There's a gap there. Alright, let's try this. Let's try landing this son of a bitch.
Fire reverse thrusters.
Oh, this landing pad's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Looks like I want to extend the legs, too. Actually, no, that's the end. We have sufficient power now.
500 meters.
Okay, so I think I see our landing solution.
300 meters.
Uh-oh. Slow down. Slow down! Slow down! Okay, okay, we're good. We're okay. Everything's fine. No, it isn't. No, it's not. I have to gain some altitude and bring her over. The only problem is, as I turn the thrusters, we don't have enough thrust to maintain altitude. Forward! We have to go forward, you fucks! Airship landing simulator. Yeah, there's a name for it. We can call it the fucking Shenandoah. Oh god. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Touchdown confirmed.
Good enough for government work?
Landing
That's scuffed as fuck, but it's there. Yeah, we definitely want to extend those landing legs now. And yeah, she's barely fucking buoyant now. That's, It's fine, but, right, dogs. It's fine. She works. It's totally fine. Everything's great. Okay, so let's give her a go in a fight real quick here. Though, again, we need more armor and everything, but she can probably manage. Right, so. Alright, we're taking comparatively little damage this time. I say that, it right as look like 100 millimeter fire? Think so. Just kind of bracketed the bottom of the fucking boat. It would appear that the ships, or rather the aircraft, are distractions. They're very good distractions. Also, I forgot to test. Couple flares. How many do we have? Oh, plenty. Looks real pretty. You don't have to aim with the fucking 37s. Yeah, fire rockets directly into my point defense guns. Genius. Take the aircraft off and put a lot of C-rams and rockets on. What? At that point, I could just make a flying nuclear submarine. Boy, that one's sure fucking double. Adorable. Doyable. Sorry, it's 3:40 in the morning. Okay, we're getting a little low to the ground now. Oh. Oh, hey, I won! I was just landing. I won. Okay, so she works, and this is probably... Now we gotta work... You know, it functions acceptably, and I guess we gotta play around with the amount of guns that we have on board, and then figure out the... Again, the idiosyncrasies of some of this, you know, design and area management, and putting things like fire suppression. Which... Right, we could put 2 of these in here. Let's put some... Let's put some fire suppression. Put some firefighting equipment in here. Just kinda... layer that shit in here and just kinda stuff it, yeah, over here, too, and, yeah, right in that little space there. Isn't that nice? You know, just in case we have to have a little bit of an accident somewhere. You're, like, all over the ammo. So the internals of this are going to be a fucking nightmare, but she should be a workable ship by the time I'm finished with her. So I'm probably not going to go much further than tonight, but, oh yeah, this whole fucking thing. This has got to fucking get fucking fixed. What is this shit? Am I saving weight? No. I mean, we do also have space for evac pods, I suppose. We could. Not that we want to ever lose the ship. So, are we doing VA later on today? Well, I think I can call it tomorrow when the maintenance... Yeah, that's the plan after I'm done. I'm gonna get up and play Blue Archive Gamble, and then we'll see how that goes. But definitely gonna be fucking around playing with this. Probably gonna tinker with it on my off hours, I suppose. Well, I mostly have off hours, honestly, currently right now, but kind of just tinker with this design and play with it, and we'll definitely be playing Highfleet a little bit more, because this is fun. This is a silly sort of simplistic but satisfying kind of fun where there's just lots of explosions and it looks really nice, and then you can sit here tinkering, and putting together a tiny little ship here. Well, this is not tiny, but putting together a ship of some description, even though, the mechanics could be a little bit more detailed and as I've seen analyzations of how the meta works, I guess, for the campaign. It could be a little bit more detailed, but it's still fun for what it is, and for $20 it's great. This is a great $20 game. Holy shit. But yeah, could we fit nukes on board here? We need bigger, really big nukes. I think those are the biggest nukes. I don't know if there's really any difference here, but I don't think we'd really have any place for them if we want. It'd be nice to open up the flight deck and have these be nuclear silos, but yeah, probably not. Oh, let's see, it's anti-ship missile. Airship neutralizes high-speed air targets of any type. Let's see here. A radar homing turbojet-powered cruise missile. Anti-radiation missile. Radar homing tactical attack missile. A theater ballistic missile. Nice! Okay, so we'd want heat-seeking... Well, having heat-seeking would be nice. That would be easy to do business with, even though the tracking radar would be... I'd have to put another radar behind, this in order to actually get any more space out of this. But the question then becomes, where the fuck are we putting these? Because then we have to unarmor a section of the hull specifically for missiles. Basically just to be a missile silo, which could be done, and several ships in this game do that, so it's not exactly, like, new and exciting territory. But, I don't know if there's any real places that you can put the... I mean, we could, It is definitely not the most amazing assortment of missiles, but I think I can line the front with zeniths. Though that is right in front of the fuel pods, and that was probably unwise. Can we get this in anywhere, though? No, not really. Not anywhere sensible. You stuff it in there. You stuff it in the crew quarters and have the entire crew wear it as hats. But this is probably a very nice missile to use in standoff range, and in combination with recon aircraft, that would be very, very good to use. So, again, for everyone wanting to saw off the top of my boat here, you probably could actually make this a pretty decent nuclear silo, or rather ballistic missile silo, in combination with using the aircraft for reconnaissance and also strike missions. So that's something you could do, I think. But hey, there's 2 missiles on the front. As for cannons, I don't think we can actually get... Well, we could. We could. We could. It would just be silly. I can't... Actually, I know what I have to do. I have to put one of these... fucking things in there. I have to have a specific fucking mount for this. Aha! And now that's in there. Now we don't have enough power or ammo. And then we need more crew. Which, as I figured, this entire area would need to be filled with crew. And yeah, that's about what I expected. It could be a little bit more evenly spaced out, I suppose, but yeah. This entire area is basically just the big fucking generator room and the crew quarters. Okay, there we go. Alright, well now that we've got a 180 millimeter gun, right? 185 6-barrel heavy main battery. Let's give that a whirl. Yeah, it's 4 in the morning. Yeah, I know, guys, but... That guy's already on fire. What happened there, boys?
Missile away.
Launch those 2 missiles. Flares. Flares. Flare. That didn't work. I am too large. But okay, so how's our main battery? It fired once. There we go. Fuck, that turret moves slow. Yeah, he's done. I zapped that missile with fucking 57 as it came off the rail. Hey.
Kill confirmed. The enemy has been destroyed.
Excusez-moi. Oh, that's the blind spot for the 180. Nuclear attack ship went. That's something I could do. That's something I can get behind, and I can come up with a more wacky design than this.
The enemy has been destroyed.
They're all falling out of the air.
Kill confirmed.
Ow. Is he losing? No, he's still alive. Not for long, though.
The enemy has
Ooh.
been destroyed. Target destroyed.
Chaff. Flares. Flares.
The enemy has been destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
I'm getting too low to the ground again.
The enemy has been destroyed.
Yeah, that 180 millimeter gun. That rips shit. Good lord.
Target destroyed.
Now I think we've got a working combat vessel. She's just still very bare bones and probably requires a... She's only got 680 kilometers worth of range. That's... Them rookie numbers. We need to pump that shit up. But, Alright, so obviously we're gonna cram more shit in here. And then just kind of play around with the hull layout. In terms of just, shuffling the engines around, getting more articulation into, maybe, more articulation into the legs, and then, some more, swivel mounts for the engines. And then more engines just for more engine power, because, actually, yeah, she's low thrust. Fuck, the 180 actually put her under. Again, fuck. Damn. Now, time to strip out basically everything again and make room for more fucking thrusters. Time for fuel. Yeah, we can make that bigger. She's going to be the heaviest bitch in the world doing that, but, well, I did kind of set out to make a fleet supercarrier, and that's kind of what this is. So the design here can be expanded, and she'll be a nice ship one day. She'll be my ship, and then we can do fun stuff like basically having a ship that just that just has an assload of nuclear missiles from the start, and starts the game by flipping the nuclear button. That'd be fucking something, which is probably what people have already probably done that, but just nuke from the get-go. And then trying to hide as much as humanly possible. I'm probably going to have to build a companionship for that thing that's basically just a giant fuel bladder, or even basically an even bigger fuel bladder than the tankers. But, I think I've got something workable here. We'll save this as Ship 0 now, but we'll think of a classy name. Like Shenandoah seems nice. Gotta double check how to spell that, but we'll see how this one goes, and also for me just playing Highfleet, because this is fun. And I think we'll see where this goes. I think we're gonna have a time here, I think. But right, yeah, it's 4 in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have been your host, Phontomen. Thank you for joining me here. Sad that we couldn't see Blue Archive come up, but there'd be plenty of time to gamble in the evening. See you later this evening after I get up. I hope you enjoyed the show. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night, good morning. See you next time.